Hello everybody, my name is Anna. I live in Madrid. I am a psychotherapist and recently I went through all the symptoms of the coronavirus. I just passed the coronavirus. I'm still having some symptoms and I'm also accompanying many of my patients who are going through the process of being in confinement and dealing with their sometimes very strong emotions. And I'm making this video because while I was having my own process, I got some information, very clear information came through to me that was very helpful for me and that I know that can be very helpful to more people. It's being helpful for many of my patients that I am right now accompanying in this process. And I wanted to share it with you in case it can be also helpful for you. It's about how to deal with the sometimes powerful emotions that can come up during this period. And also how to face the illness if you get it. So let's begin. First, I want to tell you briefly how I went through the process. For me, it was quite an astonishing experience because in the beginning, before all this happened, before all this started, I already sensed in the months before that something big was about to happen. And I knew in my gut, I had a gut feeling that I needed to prepare my body. So I started cleaning my body. I started fasting. I had never done that before in this way. But I sensed that I had to do it. And so when all this started, I was already fasting. So my body was prepared. And this was very good because then I could deal with all the physical and emotional turmoil that was going to go on in my body and in my heart. So I'm very grateful for that. And for that, I want to tell you that it's so good right now to listen to our intuition and to our instincts because they tell us and they warn us. I've been talking to many other people who have had signs like these, who have been already connected. We were already expecting this big social shift, change in consciousness that is going on. So, okay, enough about that. I want to tell you directly what it is that I think is so helpful for going through this period. According to the Chinese wisdom, ancient, the traditional medicine and the Chinese tradition, we just entered a year of the lung. And also this virus attacks the lung area, attacks the lungs. The lungs are directly connected to our grief, our pain. So lungs are very directly associated to grieving. In the lungs is where we keep all the old pain that we haven't cried out, that we haven't allowed ourselves to cry. Maybe because at that moment it wasn't the time, or we didn't have enough strength or enough support, enough space to be able to process our feelings. The feelings and experiences that we don't process, we keep them like encapsulated in our bodies. We keep them frozen. Many times and this is something that we do, of course, not willingly. It's unconscious, but it's how we function. We encapsulate these memories, these old feelings, these experiences, and they keep there. They stay there. They stay there, frozen. So while they're frozen, we don't feel them, we don't go through them, but they don't change. They just stay there, and they keep up space. They keep up space, and it takes a lot of energy to keep it frozen. The same as that a freezer needs a lot of energy to maintain the food that is inside, maintain it frozen so it doesn't change. And it seems that now is a time when it is necessary and when it is also very easy to say defrost and bring back to life all these old pains that are stored inside. And this is in order to let them out. It makes no sense to go back to old pains and feel them again and do it in a way with a lot of drama, feeling sorry for ourselves and judging that it is a horrible thing. Oh, pity me, it's so horrible that I had to go through this and I feel so sad about that, or I'm so angry at my father for this and this. All these things don't make any sense. They only make us suffer again. And that doesn't do us any good. The important thing is to know now that now is a good time to connect with these feelings and let them out, because they are old feelings and they are keeping up space. So if an old feeling comes to life, if it warms up and it comes to life, of course we're going to feel it, and it may be painful, but it's only a sensation, it's only pain, it's nothing bad. It's just maybe a nasty feeling or a painful feeling, or it's sad or it's angry, or if we can allow ourselves to feel it and not identify ourselves with it. I am not that feeling. It's just a feeling that I'm having right now and that's going through me. I feel it, I become aware of it. Maybe I need to cry, maybe I need to shout. And then when I let it out, I consciously blow it out. So I consciously know that I'm letting it out of my system. I let it go. So it goes away. It gets out of my system because it's something old. And this is a way that we can use now to clean ourselves from old things that are stored there. So we make space for the new. In this time when I was going through the virus, I had moments where I connected to very deep pains. Sometimes I knew what it was about, and sometimes I didn't know what it was about. Sometimes I didn't even know whether it was my own feeling, or maybe it's something that was connected to my ancestors, or maybe even former lives. But it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just don't need to know exactly what it is. But the feeling is real, and you need to acknowledge that the feeling is real. And the only thing that then you need to do is to connect with it and let it out. So what I did, for example, was put a pile of cushions on my bed. And then when the feeling came up, I lied on the cushions on my back so I could open my chest. It's very important to open your chest. Instead of normally when we cry, we cover ourselves and we connect to feeling vulnerable and protecting ourselves. It's very good now to open our chests and just let the feeling come and let the feeling out. And that's a sacred way. You're doing it in a sacred way. And then you are healing. You are becoming more whole and more yourself, because these are old feelings. And once you blow them out afterwards, you can inhale all the good that you want, because when you let something out, it leaves a space, and that space, that void, needs to be filled. So you can fill it with love, with light, with whatever it is that you need, that you want to fill it with, to fill your chest with, your lungs, your heart, your feeling area. You feel it, you fill it up with whatever you want. And many times the body reacts by yawning. So after crying, you can have a deep yawn. When you yawn, it's a way the body has to immediately breathe in new life, because life comes in through the lungs. Life comes in through the breath. The breath of life was the first breath of life. Okay? I don't want to make the video longer because I already talked a lot, but I think this is very, very, very valuable information. So many people, when they sense now that strong feelings are coming, can get into panic and think that it's something bad that they need to stop. So it's good that you know that right now, it's a very holy moment when we can use this moment because the energy is very open to this right now. It's very easy to connect to these things, and it goes very, very quick. It's very fast right now. The information and the energy goes very fast. So we can connect to these feelings and let them out. So we are cleaning ourselves. It's important to cleanse ourselves now from our own personal wounds, to clean our own personal wounds, and also our collective wounds. We can be crying about all the pain that we are inflicting on each other, how much disconnection we are having, disconnection from Mother Earth, how much we are hurting each other, we are hurting the earth. And this is very painful, and it's very healing to allow that pain to come through and to blow it out, so we can let it out and open ourselves for new, which for me has a lot to do with connection to our hearts and connecting to each other through our hearts and being in a life full of love and connection to each other and build something new. But in order to be able to build something new, first we have to do a big cleaning. And it can be nasty, but I think it's worth it. Definitely for me it has been, and for the people around me it has been. I'm doing lots of meditations, helping the people, accompanying also all the people who are dying alone right now in Madrid, because the loved ones cannot be with them. And I think it's important that they can feel connected and know that they are not alone, because we are never alone. Okay? I wish you lots of love. Take care of yourselves and of each other. And if you have any questions or you want to share something with me around this subject, feel free to contact me. We can put my telephone number below here on or after the video, and you can contact me, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Bless you.